Two men are tasked with keeping a lighthouse in working order, but there's something weird about this place, something weird about the men. Madness is abound, and sanity is not here right now. And that is the story we have for the Lighthouse.
Time is a construct.
Yeah.
In this world.
Is this a horror movie? Is this a comedy? Is this a drama? Are they crazy? Are they even real?
Is this just an art piece? I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Arguably the most confusing film of the year so far, and a very cerebral journey into just the essence of insanity.
Yeah, we saw it, Connor and I saw it, of course, together with our buddy Andrew Bachman, shout out. After we left the theater, Andrew said, "What the fuck did I just see?" But he was like, "I liked it."
I liked it too. I don't really know why I liked it.
I adored it, but I can't put my finger on it. It's the only movie that I love from this year that I don't know why.
I shouldn't like this at all. I am very much a story-oriented person.
And this movie has literally no plot.
It does
no
not.
Story. Just some guidelines here and there to steer the actors in certain directions.
And let's talk The Lighthouse today on bonus episode 13.
Woo!
I'm Connor Eyzaguirre.
And I'm Austin Johnson.
And this is Filmgazm. The Lighthouse was written and directed by Robert Eggers.
Genius. Whose
previous film is The Witch from 2016. Really creepy movie, and you can check that out this Wednesday.
Oh, I can't wait, man. That's one I've had circled on the calendar for a long time.
But this was his second film, and already he's proven to be a master at work.
Yes.
Because he can tell the strangest stories. It's almost like he's not telling stories. They look like snapshots into lives of people at the during the time periods like the 1600s and the 1890s. Just lives that were lived independent of whether or not we were watching it.
Yes, in such a focused, brutally serious and focused environment.
Yeah.
With very few people in both movies.
Yes.
But less people in the Lighthouse.
Yeah.
So, let's bring up our two main players. That would be Robert Pattinson and Willem Dafoe.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. Talk about what you love about Willem Dafoe, and I'll talk about what I love about Robert Pattinson.
All right.
Because we both adore both guys.
I adore Willem Dafoe for many reasons. Chiefly, he doesn't give a fuck. He never plays the industry rules. He does films that he wants to do. And when he does them, he fucking does them. He gives 110% every time. His characters stand out. You can tell they're different people.
Always.
Like, his Norman Osborn is completely different from his Max Schreck, which is completely different from his character in The Lighthouse. He's, I think, one of the best character actors working today. And, yeah, I just adore... He's one of those guys who brings a certain amount of charisma and gravitas to every film he's ever done.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Couldn't have said it better. Eggers said that he challenged Dafoe to grow a beard for this role, of course. And he said he grew it like in a week. Which, if you've seen the film, it's insane because he's got a huge-ass beard. I remember we were talking about that. We were like, I bet Willem Dafoe just looks into the mirror and just, ah! And then boom, there's facial hair, He's incredible, yeah. Robert Pattinson's this guy who's going to be playing Batman, Bruce Wayne, in 2021. That's what people are, of course, going to see. That's when America's going to see him.
Yeah.
But my God, this guy's got Water for Elephants, he's got High Life, he's got Good Time, he's got The Rover, now he's got this. Need I say more? The man is still young, and he's a tremendous, tremendous performer. I feel like this guy is like only going up. And I'm really glad you saw this movie with me because now I want you to go watch High Life, go watch Good Time, The Rover. Unbelievable,
This
great.
is my indie film introduction to Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, he's also in The King. This movie that's on Netflix now. So he's stellar. And I all the people who are like about him being Bruce Wayne, being Batman. Well, you said the same thing about Heath Ledger being the Joker. So fuck off. He's gonna be good. He's a good actor. He's very serious. And go see this movie if you don't believe me.
Yeah. And I just want to point out, Willem Dafoe has been nominated for 4 Oscars in his career.
Yes.
Platoon, Shadow of the Vampire, The Florida Project, and At Eternity's Gate.
What's your favorite of those 4?
Of those 4?
Favorite role of his. Maybe not favorite movie, but favorite
role. Are we just talking Oscar nominees or like everything?
Those 4, yeah.
Those 4. Probably at Eternity's Gate.
Have you seen Florida Project?
I have not, and that's probably why. I haven't seen Platoon either.
Oh shit! Yeah, I've seen all 4 of those. I'm not a big Platoon fan, but oh my god, his recent work is like really good. And Florida Project and Eternity's Gate are both very recent.
Yeah,
and he's wonderful. He's showing that he still has these chops. Like he's getting better with time. It's amazing. He is awesome. And I can't believe we haven't brought up Boondock Saints. Come on, like that's our guy. You know, he's the fucking man. Oh, I love him. Back to formula.
Oh God, Defoe.
Yeah, he's great.
Fantastic.
And that's about it. That's in this movie. Those 2 guys.
Yeah, they're it. Like, there's a mermaid, but she is barely in the movie.
She's more singing than doing anything. Yeah.
Yep. And the whole movie is filmed in a certain ratio, so it's like a box.
Yes.
Looks like a film from the 1920s.
Oh yeah, did we say it's black and white the whole time?
It's black and white. And
oh man.
It's really just watching these 2 men lose their fucking minds on an island and, in a lighthouse.
Yeah.
And it's had a budget of less than $4 million. So far, it's made a box office gross of $5 million. But it is a limited release movie, and honestly, movies like this don't really break the box office anyway.
I was just hoping to profit,
Yeah, well, it's early yet.
Yeah, it's still got time, and, who knows.
Yeah.
I think this could be, A24 movies just kind of have that way of, like, getting word of mouth.
Yeah.
And, like, people watching on Prime or DVD or whatever, and it just kind of gets, it has a life of its own after its theater lifespan, so.
Very true. And I guess we can go into the plot. But
let's dig in. There's not like, we'll do what we can. Yeah.
It's not a plot-heavy movie at all. It's very cerebral. It's very just character-driven.
Moments, yeah.
So, it takes place in the late 19th century. We meet Ephraim Winslow, and that's Robert Pattinson. He is sent on a boat to serve a job as a assistant lighthouse keeper for 4 weeks on an island off the coast of New England. And his accent is it's kind of like a Maine, but a little New York with a little Cockney.
Yeah.
It's almost like he doesn't exist.
The farts!
It's an accent that's indescribable, almost like, he's from a bunch of different places. Which could be totally possible, because who the fuck knows with this movie?
And as the movie goes along, that definitely sort of gets explained, So we'll get into it.
And he's under the supervision of the head lighthouse keeper, an irritable, farting, horrible human being named Thomas Wake.
Yes.
And that's Willem Dafoe.
Oh, yeah. Wouldn't want to spend a damn 2 hours with this guy. Yeah.
I wouldn't want to have a drink with this guy.
He's terrible, yeah.
He's basically Captain Ahab. He talks like an old grizzled sailor, and it's so weird, but it works because it's Dafoe puts everything into it.
Yes, yeah.
If it had been any other actor, this would have gotten so annoying so quick. But Dafoe has that quality that you're mesmerized.
He plays annoying well. Yeah, he plays annoying well. That's what character actors do. They can do anything, and that's what he does.
Very true. So, on the first day of the job, Winslow notices a hole in his cot, and he finds a small little scrimshaw sculpture of a mermaid, and he puts it in his jacket. And Winslow observes Thomas Wake going up to the lighthouse lantern room at night, stripping naked and just kind of letting the light bathe him. And it's not really clear what he's doing up there, but you kind of just have to interpret it yourself.
Yeah.
They have dinner the first night, and Thomas does this the seaman's toast of I don't remember what he says. It was weird, and he tries to have a drink with Ephraim, and Ephraim doesn't drink, and immediately tension.
Yes. Yes.
He says it's a curse to leave a toast unfinished or something like that.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't drink. It's like, you drink now. Like, he's not letting it go. So he goes to the sink, he dumps the liquor out. He gets some water from the well tap or something. He comes back, takes a sip, and it tastes like shit. And Thomas knew that, and he didn't warn him.
Yeah. Of course.
Ugh. So Winslow has visions and dreams of tentacles in the lighthouse and floating trees and images of a mermaid.
Super creepy.
This is so tough to discuss. Like, it's very much just, there's a lot of undertones of Greek mythology here,
yep.
Homosexual metaphors. it could go any. You could pretty much take anything and claim this movie's a metaphor for it.
Yeah,
it's one of those things.
Yeah,
the tentacles in the lighthouse. I thought that means Thomas Wake is Poseidon, possibly.
That's how I interpret it too.
Yeah, he's the god of the sea, and Ephraim is just here to witness him.
A passerby.
Yeah.
A victim merely in his wake. Thomas Wake.
Haha! I didn't make that connection. Nice. So, over the course of his stay, Wake demands Winslow allocate to taxing jobs, basically making him do everything around this place. There's that scene where Ephraim is dragging a giant tank of kerosene up the stairs of the lighthouse. He gets all the way to the top, and Thomas says, "Bring that back down. We don't need the whole thing. Next time, use this." And he hands him a can.
That would be really easy. It would have taken him a minute to do. Instead it took him 30 minutes to carry this huge tank up each step while smoking. Yeah. Oh man, I would have thrown that cigarette in Willem Dafoe's face. Oh man.
Yeah, and the two don't he doesn't find out Dafoe's name for a good few weeks. It takes
as far as we know, we really don't know how much time is passing.
Yeah,
it's
maybe.
so hard to tell. Yeah.
It might be 3 days. It might be 10 years. We don't really know.
Yeah.
We're as lost as they are. So he's also tasked with disposing of the chamber pots, which is just nasty work. There's a lot of shit in this movie.
Yes.
So as the weeks progress, Winslow starts encountering a one-eyed seagull, and he tells Wake. And Wake tells him it's bad luck to kill a seagull. And when Winslow kind of shrugs it off, Wake slaps him in the face as hard as he can and repeats, "It's bad luck to kill a seagull." Hammering it home.
Oh my god.
It's crazy. And he tells him that it's superstitious because the animals are apparently reincarnated sailors who died at sea. And the weeks continue. Winslow is masturbating to the mermaid he found because pickings are slim on this island.
Yeah. Either farting Willem Dafoe or this little statue.
God, this looks like hell. Maybe this is hell. Maybe he's dead. Maybe Dafoe's the devil.
That's how I imagine him to be. Yeah, him to be.
Yeah. And one night at dinner, the two discuss Wake's previous. They're called wikis. And Wake says the guy died shortly after losing his sanity. So, great thing to hear if you're the guy who has that job now.
He lost his life because he couldn't handle it mentally. Okay. Neither can I.
And Winslow reveals that he used to work in Canada as a timberman, but decided to change professions. And the day before Winslow is slated to leave, we think, he notices the water pump is releasing bloody water, checks it out. He opens the cistern and finds a dead seagull in there, which has got to be just disgusting. And then the one-eyed seagull flies down and starts attacking Winslow. And Winslow grabs it by the neck and beats it to death against the cistern. It's a brutal scene.
Yes.
And it lasts a good 2 or 3 minutes.
Yeah, he hits that thing at least 10 times on that rock.
He's taking all of the anger, all of the farts, all of that.
Confusion, yeah.
Just into this fucking seagull. It's insane.
I can't masturbate. I can't take the farts. The food is shit. Oh, man.
And then, later that day, the winds change direction, and a storm hits the island, and the two men get very, very, very drunk.
Yes.
They get sea captain drunk, which is a whole new level of drunk. They start singing sea shanties.
Yeah.
Talking about
dancing. Yeah.
Talking about life. It's crazy, but it's mesmerizing. And the next morning, the ferry to take Winslow home does not show up. And that's when Winslow finds a body washed up on the shore, approaches it, and realizes it's a mermaid. Okay. Is he going crazy? Probably.
Losing his mind.
He runs back into the cottage to find Wake stating that they lost a lot of their rations in the storm. And they dig up a crate that Defoe says are extra rations, but it's a crate of just nothing but booze.
All right. Guess we're getting drunk.
Probably gin, I would guess.
Yeah, that's a good call. Gin or rum, yeah.
So they they keep getting drunk. And the nights progress, the storm continues, and the two men are growing closer, but they're also getting more and more agitated with each other.
Yes.
As you do when it's two people locked in close quarters for a long period of time. You start, getting closer, but also getting really irritated to the slightest thing.
Yeah. No escape.
And Winslow unsuccessfully tries to steal the key to the lantern room from Thomas when he's asleep, because he wants to know what the fuck's going on up there. Thomas won't let Winslow in to the lantern room.
No.
He doesn't get to see the light.
That's his.
That's his place. And there was that one scene, I don't remember where this was in the movie, but he makes Winslow paint the lighthouse. And he's like barely holding him, and he drops him. I like that scene. It's such a why are you making him paint the fucking lighthouse? Such a dick move. So a lot of this movie is visions.
Yes.
From the two men, mostly Winslow, as he just kind of loses his mind on this lighthouse.
It's kind of like in a dream state.
Yeah, he finds a lobster trap containing the severed head of the previous Wiki. And one night, Winslow tells Thomas Wake that his real name is Thomas Howard.
Yes.
And he assumed the identity of Ephraim Winslow, a timberman who died in an accident that Howard failed to stop. And that's when Wake accuses Howard of spilling his beans, and Howard tries to leave. He attempts to escape on a lifeboat, but Wake destroys it with an axe.
Oh, yeah.
And now we're getting elements of, the horror elements start coming out of this.
Yeah.
It's so weird. This movie makes no sense.
No, not at all. And Thomas Wake becomes, this is when I am like, okay, this guy seems like he's a figment of his imagination, because his character's just changing on a dime, doing these things that seem to just be like whatever's scariest and whatever's most annoying to Winslow's character is what's happening.
Yeah.
And so, now Wake is, has an accent, is very unpredictable. Pretty scary, pretty horrifying. Oh, man. You spilled your beans, Winslow. Howard.
So Wake chases Howard into the cottage, but then in the cottage, Wake says it was Howard who attacked him with the axe.
Yes.
So who do we believe here?
I don't know. There's no reliable narrator or storyteller here.
And now they're out of booze, so they start mixing spirits out of kerosene. And the storm becomes so powerful that the waves crash through the cottage. Next morning, Howard finds Thomas's log recording his infractions and recommending severance without pay. Which is pretty shitty.
Yeah.
Considering all the stupid shit he's had Howard do this whole time. And that's when Wake chides Howard for his work performance until Howard attacks him. And then, while he's strangling Defoe, Howard starts seeing visions of the mermaid. I think that's when he sees himself fucking the mermaid, right?
Yes, yeah.
Which was
really weird.
Yeah, apparently that the mermaid vagina was modeled after shark genitals. I read that somewhere.
How about that?
I don't remember what I was looking up when I found that.
We'll just move on. Yeah, we'll just move on. The internet's vast.
He sees Wake as a sea monster with tentacles flying around him. And then he sees the real Winslow, who died in the logging accident. Howard beats him into submission, ties him in a rope leash, and starts burying him alive.
Yep.
In the ration pit. That's so brutal. And during all that, Wake is saying pirate shit.
Yeah, and getting dirt's flying into his mouth and on his face and his eyes, and he's.
I just like to point out that this film has some unbelievable cinematography.
Gorgeous, I think. So from the year, it's my favorite.
Yeah.
Maybe not the. I don't know what.
And a haunting but very simple score.
Yes.
That's mostly just the foghorn.
Yep. Wah, wah.
But it's done in such a way that it unsettles you.
Yep.
There's so.
And it's a loud movie.
Yes.
There's little gears in the lighthouse turning and as he's going up the stairs, and oh man, ugh. Chilling,
freaky. Yeah, he's burying Wake alive. Howard takes the keys. He's going to go to the lantern room, but Wake shows up and hits him in the shoulder with the axe, and it's such a low, it's barely any
Yeah,
he doesn't get it. He says something too. I don't remember what he said. It's been a while.
Yeah, we saw this right away.
Yeah. We saw this a couple weeks ago. Well, Howard disarms, kills Wake with the axe. very quick, just thoomph, right in the head. And that's when he goes up to the lighthouse and checks out the lens. And apparently the lantern is some kind of vessel for some spirit or god or light or the devil. I don't know, but he stares at it in ecstasy and lets out a freakish scream as the light gets brighter and brighter, and then he falls down the steps of the lighthouse. It like forces him out, like he's unworthy. And that's when we see Howard lying naked on the rocks, missing an eye, as seagulls peck at his innards. And that's the end of the movie.
Yep.
So for those of you looking for a coherent plot, this is not you. This is not for you. But if you want a very bizarre, original character study, look no further.
What? Yeah, if you want to laugh in weird ways,
I remember that.
this is the movie for you.
It's so strange. It's funny, but it's confusing, but it's it's freakish, but it's dramatic. It's what? What the fuck?
I don't know. Still can't put my finger on why I adore this movie so much.
Like, I just want to point out the last scene with Howard lying on the beach with birds ripping his guts out. It's Prometheus.
Yeah.
The Greek story of Prometheus, the Titan who stole fire from Mount Olympus and gave it back to humanity after Zeus took it from them. And as punishment, Prometheus was chained to a rock and had to have an eagle rip his liver out every single day, and then at night it would regenerate and it would all start over again.
Yes.
You can argue that the light in the lighthouse is Olympian fire, that Defoe is Zeus, and Pattinson is Prometheus.
Exactly. Or you can just go see the film and it's just really weird and really creative and just leave it at that.
There might be absolutely subtext here at all.
That's what's kind of cool about it is you really can just go and be like, wow, those two guys acted the shit out of that.
Yeah.
And the way the camera was moving was really cool.
Yeah.
And if that's how you leave it, then fine. Or you can read into it and it's got a lot. It's just it's really cool and one of the most unique films of the year for sure.
Yeah.
I personally love, especially now, obviously, when it's, films are so saturated with all kinds of sounds and colors and CGI, and when you see black and white, it's just refreshing nowadays. I think you have to like choose it carefully, and this is certainly the movie that it kind of lent in its favor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it brings it establishes the quality of time, like it looks like the 1890s.
Yes.
The aspect ratio helps with that too.
Yes.
It's built
very well crafted.
Yes, it's very well crafted.
Oh man, Eggers, dude. Well, I like to point out that he wrote this with his brother,
Max Eggers. Yeah.
Yeah. His brother Max is just a talented writer, and that's really cool. They're the brothers who just kind of like would talk on the phone and come up with ideas together, and they both just wanted to kind of, from what Eggers has said, he wanted to make a weird movie.
Success.
I think. Way to
go.
In that regard, you succeeded very well, my friend.
The Lighthouse currently has an IMDb score of 8.3.
Solid.
Very high for them.
Yes.
And a 92% Rotten Tomatoes score. Again, very critically acclaimed, this movie.
Yeah, I give it a 9 for myself as well. So.
I would give it an 8.
Okay.
It's brilliant. But again, that story thing does hold me back just the slightest.
Yeah, bit. I know that's like a thing you appreciate.
But the performances are so fucking incredible that it really does push it up.
And some of the imagery is pure horror. Is frightening stuff. So that's right up our alley, of course. So really really excited. That this is a guy who is he's like in his wheelhouse. He's doing his thing. He's making movies, and when you have two movies like that, I think from here on out, A24 is gonna be like, here you go, buddy.
Yeah,
have fun.
He's gonna be one of their mainstays.
Yeah, he's come out and said, I will always choose total control of my story and my actors and direction over having more money. So I love that, appreciate that, and I hope he keeps making films like this.
So do I.
Experimental stuff.
What is this guy gonna do next?
I'm in.
Me too. Good Lord. And is there anything else you want to say about the Lighthouse?
How long have we been on this rock? 5 weeks? 2 days? Help me recollect.
I could be a figure of your imagination. Like this.
You spilled your beans, Howard.
God. Ugh. Is the toast in there?
Let's look.
Let's try to find it.
Damn ye, let Neptune strike you down, Winslow. Why'd you spill your beans?
Oh my god.
Tell me, what's a Timmerman want with being a wiki?
Crazy.
It's amazing.
I've never seen a movie be just refuse entirely to give you what you want. Like, there's certain norms we've come to expect from, movies, story, mainly story.
If there was a steak here, I would fuck it. That's at one point Robert Pattinson is piss drunk, and he just wants food. He just wants good food.
He's tired of Defoe's bullshit.
I want a steak. If I had a steak right here, I'd fuck it. Oh, man. No, it got the hardest laugh out of me the whole year. So good.
God, I wish there was more quotes on IMDb. They don't have much.
No, I mean, again, it's been out for not too long, but...
Yeah. What? God. This weird fucking movie. Well.
Awesome stuff.
Yeah. I think that wraps it up for The Lighthouse.
Yeah, for sure.
You need to see this yourself. There's not much we can talk about.
Please, I beg of you, go see it in theaters, please.
Yeah.
Please, it's a theater experience.
Very much.
Watching how this film was made, you have to, I think.
Weird.
Check it out.
Yeah. Enjoy the Witch this week.
Yeah, can't wait.
This Wednesday.
More Eggers action.
Take it easy.